everybody. This is Lisa Haven, and I've got a ton of news to cover with you guys today, specifically in regards to, is World War III already playing out? Question mark. It's a huge question mark. Nonetheless, I think the question can be asked because of what is happening on a global scale. And if it's not happening, then why are Russia, China, the US, parts of Europe, Iran, and Israel, among a few, preparing their military via military drills? And I'm speaking large drills, putting their military on high alerts, sending warships off the coast of America, specifically what China has done in Alaska, and all these crazy things are happening. It seems globally they are preparing and getting ready for something, either via a drill or a military, putting their military on alert. And I think that now is the time to truly keep our eyes peeled, because as Christians are well aware that in the last days, we will see an increase in wars and rumors of wars. And I do believe we could be looking at another world war, specifically World War III. Will it come down to that? Only time will tell with that. But nonetheless, I think it's something that we definitely need to keep our eyes peeled for, specifically with what's happening across the globe. So I think the best thing to do right now is to dive right in. All right, so here is our look across the globe, starting with renewamerica.com. Now, I'm not going to read any of these reports, so I encourage you to check out the links below under the words for more information, and you can find all of these reports and read them in their entirety. But here we have, and this is just within the last couple of months, June 23rd, 2015, Europe preparing for war. We know that they have been doing NATO drills, major NATO drills, similar to our Jade Helm, but even on a larger scale, and they're preparing for something. Nonetheless, this is preparation for some kind of major event. Moving on, here we have, and let me fix the screen here. Here we have on foxnews.com, Kim Jong-un reportedly tells North Korean army to prepare for war with the United States. Now, this was back in March, about 6 months ago, which means they are literally prepared and ready to go because the preparations take some time. Nonetheless, they're preparing for something. Now, let's go over to China. Here we have on CNN. China flexes muscles with World War II military extravaganza. Now, I did a report on this just a few days ago, but they did this huge extravagant event, flexing their muscles and also sending warships to our coastline. Let me show you that report. Here is another CNN news headline. Chinese Navy ships enter U.S. waters off of the Alaska coast. Now, I also reported on this as well, but this is just recently in September. And here is just a quick image on that. Make sure you get over here and check out these videos. Also on BloombergView.com, they are asking the question, what's going on with China's military? And they're saying that China announced, whether or not they officially did it, I don't know, 300,000 man reduction in their military, yet they have sent ships to the coast of America. Are they flexing their muscles, or are they showing their military might? Are they preparing their military in a different way, beefing up their naval forces in order to fight a war against America along our coastlines or against any other country? I just don't know. All I know is that they're for sure flexing their muscles and preparing. Now, let's go over to Russia. This is on Time. Let me fix the screen here. Time.com. Putin puts Russia's northern fleet on full alert in response to what Europe is doing in NATO that I covered at the beginning of this video. Here we have Russia's fleet on full military alert. Definitely something to ponder there. Here as well, Putin puts Central Military District on full combat alert, and this one's on the Moscow Times, just put out today. Russia dismisses concerns over Syria military buildup. As many of you might have heard by now, the U.S. is concerned about what is happening with Syria and Russia, and they're dismissing those concerns. And I'm sure that is angering people here in Washington. Here is another one. This is on Fox News Politics. U.S. warns Russia against additional aid to Assad amid new violence. So here's a flat out warning America is giving to Russia. This is on September the 6th. So as you can see, tensions are really flying here. And of course, Israel preparing for war. IDF calls hundreds of thousands for drills. Now, I know Israel's often preparing for war, as well as Iran, as well as Egypt. That whole entire area is always in an upheaval. And it's something worth keeping an eye on, biblically speaking, because I think it's something we need to follow to see what's ahead and what's going on prophetically. Now, this was back on at the end of July, but nonetheless, the world, for the most part, or major countries, major players in the world are preparing for something big. So you can see why I am asking the question, is World War III somewhat already in play, considering the fact that countries are beefing up their arsenal, beefing up their military, in some cases, like China, letting down their military in some areas and beefing it up in others, and putting their military on high alert. Is this reason to think that world war, or some kind of war for that matter, could be on the brink? I think we're very, very near to that. Now, with this as well, I also know, prophetically speaking, that there are many prophecies of a specific war with America and Russia. Dietrich Duderman was one who told of one. David Wilkerson was another who both told of some type of Russian invasion off our coastline. Could this be something that we're witnessing real quick here? I don't know, but I think it's worth watching on every front and preparing for that. Now, not only that, but something else to ponder is we know that some of these countries have the technology to put an EMP over America, which is something our elitists, we know Newt Gingrich, Janet Napolitano, among a few, there are others, have warned us of some kind of EMP cyber attack that could take place over America, knocking out our power grid for who knows how long. I guess it would depend on the EMP, where it went off, and what needs to be done, and how much supplies we have. That can vary from months to years, or even longer than that. Now, with something like that, and the elitist warning us of some kind of attack of that nature, and China's already shown their cyber power. They've hacked into a few of our systems before, and I don't put them past it to do it again. But the threat exists, and the threat is real, and I believe that the elitists are warning us, maybe because they have that card to play, or maybe because they truly do fear it. I don't know. Nonetheless, all I know is that we need to prepare for such an event. We need to be ready. If a war were to break out, would they use an EMP? They could. They might. They could use any kind. They could use missiles. They could use some kind of nuke. They could do EMP. It's just all part of the cards. And we know China's economy is toppling. And with that in mind, one of the ways to get out of war, well, to help the economy is to go to war. That came out wrong. The way to help the economy is to go to war. That's what governments have done in the past, and that's what we're going to see in the future. And considering the world is on the brink of an economic crisis, we're already kind of falling into that right now, then that could be an answer or part of their solution to the problem. And who knows, maybe out at that point they'll pull out a new world reserve currency, could be an option. Maybe even some kind of mark of the beast thing, considering how close we are to the starting point of tribulation. All I know is, prophetically speaking, I'm going to keep my eyes on it. And also just in general, I'm going to keep my eyes on it, because I think we need to be ready for these kinds of things. And with that said, I just wanted to bring you guys the latest on that and give you a heads up. This is Lisa Haven signing off.